In this video, we're going to talk about a tool that YouTube is rolling out for content creators. And if you want to make a living from YouTube, monetize your channel, or if you've already monetized and want to increase your views, this tool is definitely very powerful and you need to know about it right now, okay? Before we start, leave a comment below. Have you already monetized your channel? Or are you still working towards the 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers? Also, comment what your channel's niche is, what topics you're covering in your videos, okay? Going straight to my computer screen here, some time ago, YouTube released the option for you to choose up to 3 thumbnails, right? If you look here, I have my channel in Portuguese, and you can see here, for example, look, these 3 are from a single video. Then there are these 2 which are from another video. Then these 3 are from another video. These 3 are from another video. You can see that I really do make 2 to 3 thumbnails per video. Here I have the English version of my channel and it works the same way. Look, you can see here that these 3, look, 1, 2, 3 are from one video. These 3 are from another video. These 3 here, which I'm in front of, let me move here, they're from another video. And this goes for both my Portuguese and English channels. This is my Spanish channel and this is my German channel. So I make a lot of use of this thumbnail testing feature, but now YouTube has released title testing, which doesn't seem to be as important as thumbnails since thumbnails are more visual. But if there are 3 steps for your video to do well on YouTube, it's choosing a good topic, choosing good titles, and choosing good thumbnails. Let's analyze this video with a professional I brought here, an American. But basically, just as he keeps changing the thumbnails for people who might not be interested in one thumbnail but find another more appealing, and then click on the video, now we're gonna have the same mindset with titles. And this is very important for SEO. It's very important for your video to go viral or at least reach a wider audience on YouTube. We'll go into more detail, but let's analyze it here with the specialist. I choked. I'm not gonna cut it. I'm not gonna cut it. So let's hear the specialist's opinion. And since I have 12 channels, 10 monetized in Portuguese, English, Spanish, and German, I'll also give my opinion on the importance of this tool, but I can say it's one of the best and most important in recent years. So let's get right to it. 3, 2, 1, go.
You know, when we said this was the biggest YouTube feature update in years, well, it just got even better, more powerful, and maybe even more frustrating. A/B thumbnail testing, also known as test and compare, is the ability to test 3 thumbnails at the same time on a single video.
Which is funny, right? If it's a test, there are 3, so shouldn't it be called an ABC test? Not an AB test, right? Anyway.
I'd really like to know if you use this on your videos. Let us know in the comments below, because I just assume that if someone has access to the feature, they automatically use it, but I could be wrong. Anyway, it took years of development. But when YouTube finally launched it, it still wasn't enough because it only tells half the story when it comes to video packaging. Sure, the thumbnail will make you stop scrolling, but what actually makes you click? Usually, it's the title. So naturally, what do we want as creators? The ability to test multiple titles at the same time, and then YouTube gave us a preview of that. I'm going to talk about A/B testing for titles. Stay tuned. Later, some leaked images suggested it was on the way. And now we have it in our hands. And here are our first impressions. This, of course, is all limited to the YouTube Studio experience on desktop, but on the details editing page for any video, if you scroll down to the thumbnail section now, you'll see that the feature has simply been renamed as A/B testing. It's also available during the upload flow. But in addition, you can now trigger the test and compare tool using the button in the title box right at the top of the screen. However, at the moment, you can't do A/B testing for YouTube Shorts titles.
So let's go. A few important things. First, it's only on desktop, which I think is impractical. I don't make a lot of shorts, but on some of my American channels where shorts are already paying, well, I've talked about this before, but basically, I make shorts on some US channels that pay more, okay? Now, what happens? For those who create content on their phone, so here's a phone. Whether it's my Samsung or my iPhone, you don't want to go to the computer. So why isn't there AB or ABC testing on mobile? Oh, because thumbnails aren't important for shorts. It's possible to change them and it can be good, yes. But at the same time, now there's the issue of the title. And when you're watching shorts, you also look at the title. So I think it's a drawback that you can't do it on mobile, but for now it's only possible on the computer. Besides that, there are also two places you need to adjust. At the top, there will be the A/B test button. And at the bottom, there will also be the A/B test option in the thumbnail section. Both when you upload the video, during the upload process, and after you've uploaded it, you can go there and run the test for the first time. And then, if it works like the thumbnail tests, you'll be able to run the test again, okay? So this is very important. And finally, the name has changed now, right? It's no longer Test and Compare. Now, what he said there, which I just forgot. Now the name is A/B testing. It's no longer Test and Select. So, I mean, it was better before, right? Because now it should be Test ABC. And the funny thing is, it's A/B/C testing. There are 3 thumbnail options, but from what I saw in his screenshot, it's tested 2 title tests, right? Let's go back a bit here just to check this. Let's see here. Let's go back. Let's just check here. Look, I don't know if this is blocking it, but look, 2 tests for titles and 3 tests for thumbnails, right? Let's continue here. Go ahead and comment below what you think about this test. I'll just tell you that it's really important because sometimes someone sees the title and thinks, well, that's not so interesting. Then they might click because of the thumbnail. And sometimes the thumbnail isn't interesting, but the title is, so it's a combination of both. It's like you start the title with the text from the thumbnail, if you use it, and then you continue owning the thumbnail thing, the title. In fact, it's not even a good idea to put the same thing on the thumbnail and in the title. You need to put different things, but let's go.
Just as it's not possible to upload thumbnails in these cases, going back to what you condoned is pretty much everything we've always wanted. You have the option to test 3 titles with the same thumbnail, or the option to test 3 thumbnails with the same title, which is how the feature currently works, or even the possibility to test any combination of title and thumbnail up to 3 times. So in this simple test, let's choose the third option, which allows us to upload 3 different thumbnails.
How cool is that? So when you choose there, just the title, right? You can change only the titles or just the thumbnails. And when you choose both title and thumbnail, it allows up to 3 titles, which obviously makes more sense, right? Wow. Perfect, perfect. This is really important. Will it be more work? Definitely, but it's less work than having to go in and change it later, right? Anyway.
It's different from writing 3 different titles. If you want, play a little game and try to guess which of the variants perform best, because I'll reveal the answer in a moment. Now, the Tools Help text offers some interesting recommendations, saying that you should include keywords your audience would likely use, which sounds kind of, I don't know, nostalgic, especially when you click on Learn More and are taken to a YouTube video from 7 years ago. You can check which titles you're testing on the video's edit page, which will show all 3 titles.
There's a feature that's still being tested. It hasn't been released yet. And I'll leave the video about it next. You have to watch it. Basically, if you have any doubts about choosing the topic, any doubts about picking the title, or any doubts about the thumbnail because you don't know the right keyword or which types of videos are attracting more views, you won't need to analyze things the old way, like digging into analytics metrics. This very feature I'm talking about in the video I'm going to show you will do that for you. And it's a new tool from YouTube. It's not an external tool. It's a free tool from YouTube. So when you finish this video, go watch the other one, okay? Let's go. Let's continue here.
But YouTube still hasn't realized that it needs to do the same for thumbnail testing. Why don't they just display it like this? Tracking the performance of a test is done exactly the same way as before. Go to the video analytics, click on the reach tab, and you'll have, yes, unfortunately, this hasn't changed the watch time share of the test instead of the click-through rate. So in this test, the thumbnail and title variant with the highest watch time share by far is this one here. Tests can take up to 14 days to complete, but they can also be as quick as a single day.
Another thing that, I don't know, to admit that I understand, but I don't really agree with YouTube on this is the following. One thing is the retention metric. Another thing is the click-through rate, right? I already have a place where I can see the video's retention, right? The thumbnail, this test, instead of, for example, I make a face and so on, and the person clicks, it's not the click-through rate that's in that percentage there that won. It's the person who clicked on that thumbnail and stayed longer on the video. So it measures, right, like the relationship between the person clicking and staying longer on the video. But if I make a thumbnail showing my butt here, I don't know, people will click more. but then they'll spend less time on the video, right? And then that thumbnail will lose. But I don't want to know how long the person stayed on the video because I already have that metric, right? And then it comes down to the quality of the content, to me delivering on the promise. With the thumbnail, I want to know if the thumbnail is working. You know, I can tell if it's working by the click-through rate. So I don't really agree with YouTube that like the winning thumbnail is actually the one where people stay longer on the video. People stay longer on the video if my content is good and they'll click into the video because my thumbnail is good. To me, these are clearly separate things, but not to YouTube. And who am I, right? Who are we, right?
Like in this case, where a winning thumbnail and title variant was selected and shown to all viewers. So the summary here is that the title test is identical to the thumbnail test. And I'll give YouTube credit for that because it really works. It's incredibly simple to use and gives you clear results, even though they're results we might prefer to see measured by a different metric. But remember, this is just a first impression of the feature, and I don't want to get too deep into criticism. YouTube still has time to improve this feature if they want to. Speaking of which, when are you going to get access to this? Regarding access to the tool, I think it will require the same level of advanced features that you unlock by meeting those requirements on your YouTube channel.
In other words, if you already have the test and the comparison and testing of the 3 thumbnails, it will automatically be unlocked for you, right?
As for the rollout, well, this was the timeline for the thumbnail test and comparison feature, which took an entire year. However, this time there wasn't an official announcement before a long wait for limited access. Creators like us are already using it, so I would venture to predict a full rollout of the title testing tool by the end of this year.
Well, folks, if you want to use this tool like the one for thumbnails, while the title tool hasn't been released for you yet, you can use some external app, choose good topics, which is very important, improve quality, and monetize. After all, I've done this 10 times already. Out of my 12 channels, 10 are monetized. I started as an entrepreneur in 2005, got into the internet in 2015, so it's been 10 years. And on YouTube, it's only been a few years, 3 or 4 years, and I've already monetized 10 channels. But what's my focus? Take advantage of this wave early on, okay? Because otherwise, it's only going to get harder and harder. Let's keep going here.
So we might be in for a frustrating wait ahead, but here's some good news. If YouTube is rolling out this tool now for creators like us, it's very likely that at some point in the future, all of you watching this video will also be able to use the same tool. Unless, of course, you produce exclusively on Big Short. Now, here are some initial impressions on how you can use this tool. As YouTube suggests, a title can be very SEO focused, based purely on keywords that people are searching for. Another title idea could be based on what you already know works on your channel. In our case, that's targeting small YouTube channels. For us, this could be considered the control test. And then a third title could be something completely new that you want to try out. In this case, something that completely eliminates keywords and SEO, betting on emotional curiosity that the viewer can relate to.
This tool that you'll see in the next video I'm going to recommend will basically help you do exactly that. And of course, while it's not released yet, when it's not available to you, there are other ways that I also talk about in the other video for you to watch. Okay?
In this case, the thumbnail will also need to do some heavy lifting. And that's the beauty of this tool, the ability to rework, rethink, and completely revamp the first impression your video gives to the viewer.
So what he said is very important. Basically, one of them, you're going to use keywords, and then you can check in your analytics which keywords work best on your channel, as well as keywords that are related to the video, right? For the monetization video, you need to include things like monetization, YouTube monetization, monetize your channel, monetization secrets, and so on. Then the other one here is more about what works on your channel. Usually, when you start making a lot of videos, right, you start to have keywords that when YouTube sees you've used them, you're already well ranked and it will show your video more. Lastly, curiosity, going viral, fear of missing out, ambition, and so on. So very interesting. It's a perfect summary of the 3 possibilities that I will definitely use.
To the viewer. But obviously this feature adds extra pressure to really come up with different title ideas. And that's why we already have this title suggestion tool integrated into your YouTube workflow. There you go.
You can install this for free, okay everyone? You can use it in several languages. I know you're listening to me in Portuguese, English, Spanish, and German, but basically you install this tool called VIKey. That's how you say it anyway. And then you add it to Chrome, right, to the browser, and then you type Viki extension for Chrome. Then you install it and basically, right, I'll show it here on my computer screen. Look, I'm going to open it here. Let me get it. I'm going to open it here. Let's take this video here. Let's add a video, right? Sorry, I'm going to open YouTube again here. Okay. Then I'm going to add a video here. Actually, I don't even need to add a video actually, but let's get the video here. Let's upload the video here, shall we? I'm going to pick any video here, look for my channel. I'm going to select a video here that I have on my computer, for example. And look what happens. It will suggest here, look, suggestions. Then, if I click here, it will suggest 3 topics, okay? So, it's that simple. But since this video, yeah, I'm not going to post it. It's just a test. So basically, you have the help options. But honestly, I think it's more interesting for you to base it on your channel's metrics. It's that simple, okay? Did you like this tool? Do you find it interesting? Had you already used the thumbnail test? Or had you not tried it yet? Are you going to use the title suggestions now? Or do you think it's pointless? Leave a comment below. And remember the initial questions, have you already monetized your channel or not? And I'll leave this video for you. This one, in my opinion, is going to be the most important feature YouTube has ever released, okay? This one, watch it, check out this video. See you soon.